All right. And then I'm going to have to turn down my volume. So let me know, Crystal, when you see it. And for those of you who are not in the B2B CEO Society, you can join the group. It's a private group. You have to answer 3 questions to get in. That's just so we know you're not a robot. Okay, I'm seeing it. Perfect. Looks like I'm seeing it. So there's some more people. Can you see them in the waiting room? Okay, a lot of people coming. Okay, so who would like to go first? Let me go first. Let me introduce myself. My name is Chala Dincoy. I am the CEO and founder of the Repositioning Expert. I am an elevator pitch coach, and here is my elevator pitch. Did you know that 3 out of 4 business owners never get asked for their information or a meeting after introducing themselves to a prospect? Well, what I do is I help fix what people are saying when they introduce themselves so that every hello turns into a request for a meeting. So that's my elevator pitch. So I'm going to start with Elaine. Hi, Elaine. It is so good to see you.
Hi, Chala.
Do you want to go ahead and introduce
You are making me go first.
Oh, no. I'm not going to comment on everyone's elevator. Like, I'm not polishing today.
Thank goodness. I'm Elaine Yuskoski, and I am an author, speaker, and parent coach. And I support and guide parents through their child's very scary and frustrating journey of video gaming addiction, with the goal of getting their child to re-engage in the physical world.
Very nice, very nice. Elaine's actually helped my little guy. Well, you know, indirectly, but also directly through referrals. So thank you so much, because he was hooked on gaming, and he's 11 and he's on the spectrum of autism. So they are really even more prone to do that. So thank you, Elaine. We'll go on to Dr. Joni Liu.
Hi, Chala. Hi. Okay, so I'm Dr. Joni Liu, and I help people to have all the health, all the success, and all the fulfillment that they really want, but they're afraid to get it. So I get it out of them, and then they learn all these wonderful life skills, and they're able to repeat over and over again.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Josh, you made it.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me.
Hi.
Yeah, so my name is Josh Perry. I'm a former professional BMX athlete, multiple brain tumor survivor, now speaker and coach. And despite people thinking that it's their choices that leads them to declined health, I really help people optimize their health and performance by understanding the mental and emotional connection that leads to the behavior that creates the personal reality they live within.
Very nice. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you.
All right, next we'll go to Julie. Hi.
Hi, Chala. Hi, everybody. My name is Julie Bennyworth. I'm principal of a K-8 private school in South Mississauga. And our school's mission is to help kids fall in love with learning and find the skills and strategies that they need to be successful in life.
All right. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you.
Ruth, nice to see you.
Hi, Chala. How are you?
Good.
Well, I am an entrepreneurial coach. I love to help people who are just starting their entrepreneurial journeys to get their feet grounded and themselves ready to go for a wonderful life of being an entrepreneur.
All right. Hey, yay for entrepreneurs, right, Ruth?
Hey, yay.
Janet, why don't you tell us about your business?
Hi, thank you for inviting me, Chala. My name is Janet Key, and I am a prosperous woman coach. I work with women in business, intuitive coaches, women in the health and wellness networking industry, to discover what limiting beliefs or patterns that they have so that they can press reset on a new empowering money relationship and take their lives and their business to the next level.
Very nice. It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you. You too.
All right, David.
Hi. Most people understand that they only retain 30-40% of what they're trained on long term. So what our software does, Clone does, is it ingests the training material or other best practices and then exposes it as a smart question answer system for people 6 months down the road, a year after training, to get the targeted answer they need to help them do their whatever business process they're in the middle of better.
Very nice. Thank you, David. Dale.
Unmute myself. Hi, everybody. I'm Dale Curtis. I'm speaking to you from Washington, D.C., where everyone is on the edge of their chairs and watching the results tonight. I'm a political communicator. So there's research that shows that 71% of policy professionals in D.C. say communication skills are the most important key to success in their roles. But most of them will also tell you that a lack of awareness of their industry is a hindrance to their effectiveness in influencing legislation. So my firm provides custom content and communications outreach solutions to help clients raise their level of awareness and visibility in Washington so that they'll have more influence in policy debates.
Very nice. Thank you. Hi, David. Nice to see you.
Hello, Chala. Thank you for having me today. Appreciate it. My name is David Wanamaker. I own a company called 5-Star Solutions Group. The most valuable currency in business today is trust. And I provide a turnkey service for service business owners to help them cultivate more trust among their potential customers by helping them get great reviews, online reviews from their actual customers. At the same time, I prevent negative reviews from unhappy customers from going online, giving business owners the opportunity to solve those problems privately rather than reacting to them after they've seen them online.
Very nice. Very much needed. Natalie, welcome. Oh,
let me just unmute. Hi, everyone. I'm sure you know that now that everything's online, the fact is people process images faster than words. So everyone is looking at you and deciding first if you're the one to solve their problem before they read your credentials. My name is Natalie. I'm of Natalie CD Photography, and I help entrepreneurs, executives, and speakers stand out and be seen as industry experts with editorial style brand photography that attracts their ideal clients.
thank you, Natalie. All right, Augustin.
Hello, everyone. I'm from Mexico today.
Yay, international.
Yes, I'm helping people and business to scale to the next level, preparing all the marketing strategies for them and convert the leads into customers. And I help people to have a better relationship with money. I have like 3 books writing, and I'm doing so many things as an entrepreneur.
Very nice. And we're going to go around and I'm going to ask everyone for if they have any resources for us from their business. So keep in mind that, you know, if you have some sort of gift or you want to share some time with the people who want to meet with you, I'm going to ask for people to post that into the chat and to talk about it at the end. So we're going on to the gentleman in the yellow. I'm not sure what your name is, sir. It says Quayer.
It's Quay.
Quay.
I'm Quay Hayden, yes.
Hi, Quay.
Hi, I'm a virtual assistant. And
Nice.
so I take all those annoying things off your plate and help you organize your business so you can focus on making money.
Very nice. All right, Crystal.
Oh, gotta unmute myself first. All right. Do you know that 7 out of 10 business owners do not know how to get their message out properly onto the web and get new prospects? So what I do is I build the sites and systems and funnels so that I take care of the back end so they can take care of the front end and prospects will never forget them.
Awesome. We work together. Maybe you've noticed. All right, Michelle, welcome. I haven't seen you.
Right, yes. Thank you for inviting me. So my name is Michelle Mahar. My company is Michelle Mahar Designs, and I empower women to look and feel their best through creating one-of-a-kind and limited edition jewelry pieces, which are infused with Reiki healing energy. And it is what I like to call jewelry so powerful it speaks before you do. I also host an interview show called Pivot with Positivity that I started as the pandemic shut us down, and I am interviewing entrepreneurs and other people to talk about keeping a positive mindset and pivoting in your life and your business. And I've done over 100 interviews of this so far. So thank you.
Wow, it's been 100 now, eh? Whoa.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yes.
All right. And Leon, are you gonna turn on your camera? Are we gonna see you today? Or is it too late?
It's too late. Today I have a lot of people
PJ?
around, so no, I
Right.
cannot open my camera, unfortunately, but I'm happy to be here.
All right. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Leon Eisen. Today I'm in Israel hiding from COVID-19 for the last 5 months. And actually I manage my company called Occitan Medical. I'm inventor of the world's first FDA cleared multi-parameter monitor, wearable monitor, medical device, not Fitbit, not Apple. And what we're doing, we deliver continuous, we help providers to deliver continuous care to patients with very severe chronic disease and complex diseases. So this way we expect the better outcome and reduction of the cost of healthcare.
Right. It's very important. He's in healthcare, you guys. Okay. Thank you, Leon. All right. So what I'd like to do is go through again, and this time to answer the question, because some of us are in Canada. So for those of us who are not affected by the US election, I'd like for you to talk about how you were affected by the socio-economic new normal, how your business or your industry was affected. So Elaine, let's start with you. How was your business affected because of the socio-economic environment?
In terms of COVID?
It could be COVID in Canada, but right now, you know, a lot of my clients are being affected by the fact that people are not making decisions because of the election. So they're not.
Oh, yeah, that's not affecting my business at the moment. Certainly COVID has. I think at the beginning of COVID, parents were doing all they could to just survive, get their kids online schooling, get them through the summers. So they were basically handing them their iPads, and it was a free for all. Once September hit, and parents knew their kids needed to get back on board with school again after the summer, then things started to pick up again. And so now parents are looking for support. But in terms of my speaking, of course, that's all been shut down. And I made a conscious choice of not traveling into the States under the present administration. So,
okay, so
yeah.
it has definitely been affected, right?
I guess it has, yeah.
Yeah, and have you pivoted and have you changed anything because of the new normal?
I haven't gone online with speaking yet. Most of the speaking I do is in mental health forums and schools. And so hasn't been budgeting for that. So I've been focusing more on the coaching. And I took the first several months of COVID to write my second book.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, Dr. Joni, how has either the election or the COVID affected your industry or business?
Well, I'm in Canada, so the election doesn't affect me at all. Certainly COVID has, and because people don't feel comfortable coming to see me. Even though I've conducted my business over Zoom for several years now, but there are still some people who insist on coming to actually see me face to face. Now, what I've done, sure, you know, it definitely has affected me, but what I've done is I've stepped up on my marketing instead, because, and the fact that I need to reinvent what I do, because I know that what I do is really important to keep people healthy, successful, and to definitely make them feel confident enough that they will also feel fulfilled, because then they're really doing what they really want. And I don't believe in 1 year, well, I don't believe in 2-year, 5-year, or 10-year plans. If somebody really wants something, they can have it right now. They just got to be brave enough, stop putting it off. Just get unstuck and get on with what it is that you really want to do with your life.
Awesome. You're embodying what you teach.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Josh, how has your industry or your business been affected?
I'd say mostly through COVID. It really helped me gain awareness to how I was spreading myself too thin. So for me, it was my clients, speaking engagements, and then brand partnerships to create content and speak upon their behalf as well. And so when COVID hit, all the speaking gigs obviously turned to virtual or just got canceled. So I've done some virtual talks since then, but then also brand partnerships kind of put off until people have, I don't think they'll ever have a good understanding of where things are going, but till they feel better about putting money out. So what it did for me was in such a positive note, it allowed me to see that and to go all in on building my clientele and essentially my business rather than waiting for other opportunities to supplement my business. And so I also finished the rough draft of writing my book in March and April. So that was big for me. And I don't think the election really does too much for what I do. So I'm thankful for that. But I think it's also been a very positive spin for me, because it could have been looked as an obstacle, but with my background and my journey, it's just perspective and see what I can do to leverage. And for me, this was a learning situation. So it's been really helpful.
This is nothing for you, right? You've been through worse.
Yeah, I think we all have. So, we're all here. So, yeah.
That's great, Josh. Julie, I know you've had to pivot.
Yeah, well, being in elementary school, we had a quick turnaround in March when schools were closed, and we were able to very quickly get our staff and students on board with online learning. So we spent several months, I guess, right through July, because we ran our July camp program online and virtual. And then we were able to come back in September, but not without a great deal of work in August, preparing the school and the building and the facilities. But that said, September came and school's running as normal. Our teachers are amazing. Our students are amazing. The families have adjusted to the changes and are appreciative of the strictness of the new rules. And so I think the upside to it is that we're very adaptable and able to change, and everybody did, and it worked well. And we're all learning from having to do things differently instead of doing things the same that we've always done. And an example of that would be we've done a lot of outdoor learning. So while we've always had outdoor education, now we're outside a lot and just changing how we're doing things. And the kids are really excited about that. Even though some of the things they loved we can't do, they're learning new things that they can do.
That's great. That's great, Julie. What about you, Ruth?
I think the biggest thing for me was I plan an annual conference every year, and I had every intention of having it be a live conference. It's usually in October, and this was way in April when we were starting to talk about it. And my social media assistant said, I just don't think it's a good idea. I think you should really plan it to be virtual. And I didn't like that. I'm a person-to-person person. I want to see people, and I want to feed them. I want to take them to a nice, restaurant or country club or something. And so it was very, very difficult for me to switch things to a virtual conference. It worked out okay. I had a fabulous keynote speaker that everybody just adored, and I was able to curate 4 bonus speakers from around the United States, all done through video and video conferencing. It worked out, but it was not what I wanted. It just didn't feel right to me.
Wow. Well, so you're pivoting. I mean, really.
Well, I hate that word personally. I think it's so overdone. So I made a decision to go the virtual route for this year. That was my choice. And then, you know, as soon as it was over, we started talking about what 2021's conference will look like. And I'm dead set on having it be a live conference again. I'm working towards that. I'm thinking that's what's going to have, that's what will happen next year.
What state are you in, Ruth?
Ohio.
Okay, great. Thank you. Janet, how has your business or industry been affected by the election or COVID?
I am in Canada, Northern Alberta.
Oh, wow.
And my business has been in a growth phase, and I agree with Dr. Joni Liu about we can have our best lives and our dream lives now. And for me, over the past 8 months, it was really a journey of really going in and realigning my energy and my value and my worth, and experiencing that own inner shift of letting go of you know, any old beliefs that I was still hanging on to, and moving into a whole different alignment within my world and my energy and who I work with and how I work, and really letting go of all the busyness of like energy being all out here to bringing it into a more focused, aligned, clarity and plan, clarity and everything. So it was like a process of decluttering and getting clearer and clearer and clearer. And I know that I don't have control over external circumstances, but I do believe that I certainly have a power within me, and that I'm capable and resourceful and have used that. And as a result, growing in business. So I'm truly honored to do the work that I get to do. And, you know, in times of adversity, it's like we can go within to find those answers, and we don't have control over external circumstances, only our own actions and emotions and reactions, right? So
that is wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Congratulations on the growth.
Yeah, thank you. It was a lot of work, but worth it.
I bet. David.
Although I am in the States, I think COVID is much more impactful for what we're doing. And that's really supporting work from anywhere, work from home, remote work with the question and answer capabilities. So it started a lot of conversations. I can't say it's definitely closed anything substantial yet, but definitely a lot more people are talking about supporting a remote workforce, which is what our question and answer system helps do.
That's great. Thank you. How about you, Dale? And like, you're sitting right there where the heat is happening. How has it affected your business or industry?
Well, again, I'm in DC, and I help lobbyists and government relations professionals communicate better in Washington. So the big change is going to occur, you know, after we know the results of the election. But in my business, elections and change are always good, because it creates a demand for new position papers, new speeches, new messaging, new approach to the issues. And, you know, my goodness, if Joe Biden wins and we have a new administration, there's going to be all kinds of new legislative action on taxes, on healthcare, infrastructure, tech and telecom, you name it. So my business prospecting efforts this month, next, through January, February is all going to be about, you know, how do you need to pivot your messaging and your outreach to reflect the new political reality?
So Dale, does that mean if Biden wins, your business is going to double?
Sure.
But I mean, right? Because then they really will change everything, won't they?
It's fuel. It's fuel to the fire. You know, I think what matters as to whether my business doubles is how good of a job I do in presenting myself and getting out there on a systematic basis to promote myself. But this adds fuel to the fire.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks. Let us know how that goes.
Yep.
Natalie, how has this affected your industry and your business?
In the beginning, with the lockdown, photography was, at least in Ontario, it was shut down until about June. So a lot of my clients, some of them were postponed, and I guess some of them weren't sure what was going on. Their businesses were affected. So I had a lot of cancellations. And then during that time, since I couldn't work, basically, it allowed me to have more of a presence online. Because normally outside of that, I would be meeting clients, doing more face-to-face things. And I realized, okay, I have to show up more so people know I haven't disappeared. Yeah, so that allowed me to do some video talking about things, still keeping people, letting people know I'm still around. And when everything opens up, I'm ready to take care of their visual branding needs. So I gave them some tips. I did things like that where for their own social media, if they don't have a photographer, what they can do. Started talking more, and I'm not much of a talker, so I found myself talking more online.
It pushed you. It pushed
me
in different areas, just like it pushed all of us. It's amazing.
Yes, exactly. And then just doing the virtual networking and staying connected. So it made me realize, yeah, I got to stay connected during this whole time. Yeah. It has been quite a challenge because I'm a hardcore introvert. And so even though people, even there are memes and jokes about, oh, introverts are loving this time, I'm like, not me. Everybody's inside and I'm drained. The energy's just sucking the life out of me. Yeah, but it has been interesting. And so now that we're opening up again, I'm getting clients who realize themselves that their business went online and they're just, they're like, oh, my website's not that great. Oh crap, I got to get rid of that headshot on LinkedIn from 1992 because now they know I got gray hair and I've cut it off or something like that. So it's a mix.
So it's coming back. It's coming back, Natalie.
Yeah, and yes and no, because I'm still trying to. Yes and no. Like I'm used to again going out and really honing into my ideal clients. So this has been more interesting because there's such it's the lack of what now the online space is really, really saturated. I'm trying to find my clients through that online space where in person, you knew where to go exactly. I'm looking for this, and you knew who to talk to right away. Now you're filtering a lot. So that's something I'm navigating and learning how to do so I don't waste time realizing, oh, we're not right for each other. Let's go somewhere else.
Yeah. So next week, that's giving me an idea. And we do this every Tuesday. Next week, let's talk about where everyone's getting their funnels, like where everyone's getting their clients, especially the ones that are more successful. I'd love to next week talk about that. So
yeah,
stay tuned.
Because it's quite interesting when you go to virtual networking events, and then it's really, they have this thing called breakout rooms. And then so because you don't have a choice, you're thrown into the space and you're like, oh crap, this, we're not right fit. And I'm stuck here for the next 6 minutes. And then, you know what I mean? There's a lot of choices.
Right? And then it shoots you into another group. It's hilarious. I know.
Yeah.
It's hilarious for sure. So thank you. Thank you, Natalie. All right, Dr. Augustin, tell us how it's affected you.
For me, it affected a lot because I had so many conferences around the world in Colombia, Mexico, Spain, and other cities and countries. And after COVID started, it was like very interesting because I say, oh my God, I cannot do any conference. I call all my customers in Mexico to say, okay, all the trainings that we were supposed to do like on a hotel room, and we are going to do everything now by Zoom. They say, okay, wait a moment. We will talk after a few months. So for the moment, we cancel all trainings that we have with you. So from the beginning of the year, I was like, okay, now I have like one agenda for like the next 7 months doing international level. I helping so much people. I was like looking for all the traveling and airplanes and everything. And after COVID, it was okay. Now I don't have anything. I have to start from zero. I call some partners that I have from the last year and I say, okay, I want to create an studio in my house. And they say, okay, we will send you everything for free so you can start your studio and start to do streamings. And now I have a huge studio with the black screen and everything here in my house. So I have lights And now I'm doing like very, very well because I'm doing more trainings than at the beginning of the year. But the good thing is everything I do from my house. So one day I'm in Puebla, but other day I'm in Barcelona. Another day I'm in DC. So this is something amazing for me. But it took like 4 months for me to understand everything and how to manage the communication with my customers. So I decided to create a huge summit at international level that it will be in December.
Yes, tell us about it.
It will be, I'm interviewing 21 people that they achieved the $1 million in the last years. So they share all the marketing strategies behind the scenes, and they share all the hacks that they use in their business in order to grow to next level. So it will be the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th of December. And for all of you, if you want, I have the VIP guest list, so you don't have to pay for the summit, and it will be free for you. So you can attend the meeting, do networking, and meet more other people.
Aren't you guys glad you came? So he's giving you free VIP tickets, and I'm going to go through at the end, and everyone, if you have anything free to share, I'll ask you to talk about it. So we'll come back to you, Dr. Augustin.
A lot of people are putting it already in the chat, which is awesome.
That's perfect. But I want you to say a couple of words about it. Quay. I think you have to unmute.
Yeah, it clicked the wrong way.
All right.
Anyway, I have a question for Dr. Augustine, though. I'm curious, going forward, does he expect to go back to the way he was, or
not at all. It will be one part of doing physically, because I love to be like in front of 1,000 people and everything. But since I start to experiment this and I want more time with my family, so I think that it will be 80% online and 20% only physical, and I can go to visit my family and travel a little bit around the world. But now I'm focusing more on online.
Freedom.
And freedom.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm curious on how going forward, whether it's what people are planning to do, whether they expect to go back to the way they were, because I don't really think it's going to go back that way very soon anyway. Maybe 2022, I don't know. But anyway, as far as my business, it hasn't really affected it. I was virtually anyway, as being a virtual assistant, so all my clients were already working virtually, and so I can't say that it had any effect on my business at all.
Where are you located?
I'm in Minnesota.
Got it. Okay.
Well, I'm almost Canadian.
All right. Lots of Canadians here. I know.
Yep.
I'm Canadian. Thank you so much. Crystal, how has your business been affected?
Well, it was really interesting at first. Everybody put on the business brakes and like, whoa, let's just see. So clients took a little bit of a halter and then took a huge ramp up. So everybody knew that they had to come up with different ways to think. They had to get thinking outside the box, and outside of their comfort zone was a big one. And so strategizing and learning different ways that we can get their messaging and their presence out online. It was a lot of learning. Not necessarily for me, but teaching of the different ways and utilizing different skills that really pushed them out of the comfort zone. It wasn't easy for some. They had to do like live videos, things that they weren't used to doing and using. So it turned into some coaching opportunities of ways that they could expand their business. Also, it was an opportunity to expand their business in a different way possible, where they only thought linear. A lot of brick and mortars only thought, this is all I do and this is always possible. So all these opportunities for different possibilities, new ways to market, new ways to network, new systems, things that they could be supported of, they really had no clue, or you just get into a mundane system or routine. And it was a new focus. We honed in on what the new focus is, what they really want to hone in on, what they want their messaging, what's important. Some of my clients were speakers, and they decided, you know what, I don't really want to be speakers anymore. And so it was an opportunity to shift within their business as well. So it's been actually a really great opportunity for people to just give them that stop, look, choose opportunity to see where their business is going and where they want it to go, and push them a little that they wouldn't have done before.
Everybody's been pushed. Isn't that funny? Thank you. Michelle, how has your business been affected?
Right. So I kind of alluded to it earlier in my introduction, but basically my jewelry business, I had vendor events lined up for the rest of the year. And of course, those were postponed one after another. They were not canceled. None of them were canceled. They were all only postponed, which meant I didn't get my money back.
Oh,
right. So that's because they said they're going to do them at some point in time. So then that's why I created this interview series, because I just wanted to get out there and help people and share. I just felt very fearful at the beginning, so I wanted to share my resources with everybody and just have the discussion on keeping positive. And now what I've done is I've started some virtual jewelry parties, which I'm doing, where I'm showing my pieces and everything like that. And the next one, and actually the first one I started, I also am creating mask chains. So to hold your mask, it's a chain, but it's also doubling as an eyeglass chain. So I'm using the little elastics as well, so people can have both. That was my first jewelry party. And the second one was talking about being powerful on Zoom by having, statement necklace and what it can do for you if you're doing your webinars. And I'm going to be doing my next one on gift giving for Christmas, just different things like that. And I'm continuing the interview series because I'm enjoying it. So I'm just continuing it, and I've had some great guests on there, so.
Congratulations. That's definitely the way to spin it.
Yeah, and the other thing I've done is a ton of personal development over the last 7 months as well. So it's
never go to waste, right?
Exactly.
All right. Thanks so much. David, how has it been for you?
Well, when all of this first started, one of the most difficult things for me was that Google took some actions that really slowed things down for me. Since I'm in the business of helping people, helping businesses generate customer reviews, the first place that most potential customers look for reviews would be on Google. And in the middle of March, Google announced that they would suspend, or that they were going to suspend publishing of new customer reviews, and they were not going to make those reviews accessible to businesses and not give businesses the ability to respond to any reviews. And that lasted for about 2 months. What that did was it made it difficult for businesses to sort of believe that online reviews were going to be an important part of their equation for cultivating trust, at least for a temporary period of time. It was late May when Google began to publish reviews again, but they did it kind of slowly by industry, and it didn't open up all at once. They still were giving customers of businesses the ability to submit a review, but it just wasn't being published until a later time. So anyway, during that time, I spent quite a bit of time just trying to give as much value as I could to potential new clients of mine by helping them assess how effective their Google My Business listing was in terms of generating leads and communicating their most essential features and benefits to their customers, as well as offering a 2 to 3 page assessment of their current online reputation, as well as how that compared to their top 2 to 3 competitors that they would identify. One of the things that I
sorry to interrupt. Do you want to make that offer here today to the people?
Yeah, and did so in the chat. So
yeah.
So
what is it exactly? What are you going to do for anyone who's interested?
Basically, what that will look like is I will show you, where you have reviews online. Sometimes you end up having reviews in places that you're not even aware of. And what that does to your reputation, your brand reputation online. I'll show you, what your average rating is across multiple independent third-party review sites, and again, compare that to your top competitors. It's a great tool for anybody who's doing business more locally. A great example of that would be like a heating and cooling contractor, for example. They're going to want to know how their reputation stacks up versus their top 2 to 3 competitors. It's not limited to that, but it's great for any service business that is dependent on reviews to, again, to cultivate trust among their potential customers. So that's what that tool is. And anyway, one of the changes that I made in my business, I had been very focused on one-to-one sales relationships with business owners or decision makers, and that hasn't really changed. But rather than contacting business owners individually, I shifted my focus to chambers of commerce by providing my turnkey reputation management service to chambers of commerce, basically at no charge. Gave me endorsed access to all of the chamber's members, because they would put out a letter saying, "Hey, David's going to contact you requesting a review on behalf of the chamber, and will also offer you the opportunity to have your online reputation assessed and compared to your competitors." And so that has been a good shift for me to make locally, particularly, but it's also given me access because it's not just chambers, it's also associations. For example, the National Association of the Remodeling Industry is one that I've done some work for, and that has led to some client relationships outside of my local community here in Kansas City.
Thank you, David. That is great. That's really great. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. And thank you for the offer. Anyone who wants to take him up, you guys can chat, and he's given you the information. So we've heard about David's. Is there anybody else who has? And Angela, you're on the call, but we didn't get to meet with you. Do you want to reveal your camera, unmute yourself, and talk about who you are and who you help, if you're still there?
I am still here.
Hi.
Hi.
It's hard to hear you.
What about now?
It's still hard to hear you. Is it possible to turn up your sound?
Yes. What about that?
It's still very hard to hear you. I don't know. Is it me, you guys? Can everybody hear her?
No, it sounds like it's just her mic's not quite connected.
Yeah.
Aww.
So she's going to try again. So Leon, do you want to tell us how your business has been affected by the climate?
Yeah, it definitely was affected, but it's very complicated issue because we don't know what we don't know. So actually,
hard to hear you too.
Yeah,
your volume.
Now it's better?
Yes.
Okay, good. So from one side, it helped us because it just created some trend for remote monitoring and growing all these trends, so we can piggyback on the trend that didn't happen before. At the same time, a lot of our potential customers just didn't have time to work and to deploy new technology or something like this. So exactly what happens with many of customers we were talking about business a year ago, and then we approached them today, happens like in anecdote when one very famous general just doing battle and losing this battle, and some aliens ship just landed around, and they brought him nuclear bomb and told him, look, you can buy a nuclear bomb now and you will win. And he said, no, I don't have time for new technology. I don't have time to talk to sales guys. So this is what happens today with COVID. So we bring them solution and they don't have time to talk about it and to deploy it and to use it. So it's some controversial. I cannot say that it helped. At the same time, I cannot say that it didn't help. So actually we're growing. We're growing, but we're growing maybe because we piggyback on the trend and not because maybe we could grow even better if COVID didn't happen.
I got it. I got it. Thank you. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to wrap up. So I want to ask for those of you who have something to give away. And Angela, I don't know if you're able to unmute and share your camera and tell us who you are. But if you can't, we'll catch you next week, hopefully when you have better access. So if those of you who have something to give away can put up your hands, something to give away for free. We talked to David. Anybody else other than Dr. Augustin? Yeah, Josh, what do you have to give away?
So for those that are interested in optimizing their health and performance, to look better, to feel better, to perform better mentally and physically, do a free 1-hour consultation to see what's preventing you from getting to where you want to be and showing up how you want to show up. So it's something I'll put that link in here directly to my calendar. And,
perfect.
Anyone wants to hop on, chat.
Awesome. Now, who else had their hand up? Janet, yeah. Tell us what you're giving away.
Yeah, I placed an archetype assessment. So our archetypes are a language, a power, a pattern that's within us that holds our belief, our motivations, our gifts, our talents, and our fears. And of course, understanding ourselves in business, in life, is so powerful. So this is an archetype assessment. It's a free assessment, money personality quiz. So how you are and who you are in relationship to money and what your archetypes are.
Thank you. Anybody else? I think I saw David was giving away a free consult, right?
Yeah, it's kind of my side business, if you will. I have a background in AI and machine learning, and my specialty is to essentially be able to explain that to business people, for lack of a better definition. So happy to work with anyone for a while. I'll do some research on what might be affecting your customers with AI and machine learning, what new technologies are coming up, and give you the explanations of how it works and what the potential impacts and efficacies are. So happy to, always love those conversations.
Okay, Dale, I think you had something.
Yeah, I don't know, how many of you have business in Washington, but if you or anyone you know has any need to get your message out and communicate more effectively in Washington, I'm happy to offer a no strings consultation, and you can either find me on my website or I put a link to my calendar in the chat box.
Excellent. Michelle, you had something to offer?
Sorry. No, I was just going to say if anybody's interested in being a guest on my show, again, we're talking about keeping a positive mindset and what you've done to pivot your business, your life during this time, and what you think business is going to look like going forward, and any advice you can give people. So I put my stuff in the chat there in terms of my contact info.
Got it. And Joni.
Okay, so I'm giving away a free book from one of my mentors, Bob Proctor, and the book is called You Were Born Rich. And all our work is all about helping people to reach their full potential. And really, we have no idea where that potential is going to take us. We have no idea how much potential we really have. The thing is that we have all these God-given talents and we're probably not using them. So this is a good book to start on that road. But it really comes down to realizing that, yes, you were born rich and go after it.
Awesome.
So I'll put that back down on, yeah, I'll put it back in chat. Thank you.
Okay. So I think we got everyone. Did anybody miss anything? Did I miss anybody's freebie? All right. Well, thank you, you guys. You know, this is new. This is only the second week that we're doing this. My friend that does the same thing, he gave me the idea, another podcast host, as I was telling Josh this morning, I think he started off, you know, with just 10 of his friends. It was just like so small. And now there's 1,000 people. So that's, you know, I'm hoping that it's going to be so big that people are going to be going into breakout rooms because nobody can listen to 1,000 people introduce themselves, right? That would be just crazy. So I'm hoping that this, you know, next week you join us again and tell your friends. My giveaway, I mean, I forgot to tell you the most important part is next month, I'm doing an education called, and I'm going to put it in the link, repositioner.com/lead gen. It is it's called the Lead Gen Masterclass, and it is leveraging your elevator pitch. So it's a 5-day training. It's 20 minutes each day, and it starts on December the 7th. So there's a month. So get in there quick and just register. It's free. And then that's my free giveaway for you guys. So thank you again, and come join us tomorrow and join the Facebook group if you haven't joined yet. Crystal has typed the URL for that, and then you will see the live stream of your faces all day, every day. All right. Thanks, everyone. All the best.
Thanks, Chala.
Bye-bye.